I have the Broncos at 10. I still think they're, a playoff team. I think they could, obviously, they're number one in the AFC West right now. They could very well win this division. But when I look at the first 8 weeks of the season, it's just hard to trust this offense down to down. And they're top 10 because everything else is so great. Like, their defense is elite. The offensive line is number one in pass block win rate. Dobbins and Harvey have been really good in the backfield. But it's just down to down. It's hard to trust Bo Nix in the passing attack. I look at their schedule as a whole. Now that we have, half the season done, you light up Dallas, you light up Cincy, and then it's like good fourth quarters against Philly and the Giants. And it's like, what else am I getting? So, like, the two worst defense in football, I know you could eat against. And then Bo Nix, give him credit. He's got that it. Fourth quarter, you need a drive, you need multiple drives. He'll do that. He's done it, and he's proven it.
I love him.
But it's just hard to continue to win in the NFL that way, down in and down out. So I have the Broncos here at 10.
It's a little low. 10's low.
10's low?
We have the best defense in the game.
You do. Defense has been great.
I also have Denver at 10.
10.
It's
low. We've beaten some good teams.
I'm looking at like all the teams I have, and they have the worst offense, and that's the thing.
We just went up against the best defense in the AFC, not named the Broncos.
I'm not even holding this game against them because I agree. Houston shut down basically everybody, so I'm not mad that they struggled against Houston.
And then I gotta have a drive. He does it.
You would have lost if CJ played.
Low key. I mean, yeah.
Again,
he was playing well. Like, you would have lost.
He was playing well. One, we don't have Surtain. Two,
we didn't have Surtain to start the game.
No, I agree with you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you lost CJ. That sucks, no doubt. But it's not like he was there for one drive and then that's it. Didn't play the rest of the games. Like, you guys had a good drive, but they all led to field goals. You scored no touchdowns, one touchdown.
That's kind of all they needed against you guys. You guys weren't able.
We only beat them by 3 points.
Scored 2 touchdowns, and we were able to get in field goal range.
But I feel like if CJ played, they would have kept scoring. At least been in scoring positions, like towards the end of the game.
Kaimi kicked 5 field goals. Like, you guys didn't. Excuse me, they didn't score a touchdown. Kaimi kicked. It made all of their points.
Regardless of whether or not if CJ played, the Texans would have won or not. I think it's very convenient to overlook how the game shaped out just because the final drive, the game-winning field goal. I feel like it's very convenient to look at everything that happened before then. The Broncos were awful offensively. They couldn't do anything offensively. Bo Nix completed less than 50% of his passes. And even the final drive in the gotta-have-it moment, I mean, the drive before that, they punted the ball.
3-0.
And the reason why they got the ball back is because Davis Mills was leading the Texans offense and they couldn't do anything. And they ended up getting the ball back. And I also thought the clock management from Houston in that situation was odd, given the fact that the Broncos had 2 timeouts left and D'Amico Ryans and Nick Haley, they were adamant on throwing the ball. So Denver didn't have to use their timeouts anyway to stop the clock.
They're trying to win. I give them credit, but know your situation, know your quarterback.
You're trying to win. Exactly. You have to know your situation. You're going to win off of like a defensive play or like a punt return or something, but not by Davis Mills driving down the field. 80
yards down the field, yeah.
And I will say, I don't disagree with you, man. The game was, as a whole, for our offense, sloppy. Bo Nix had a handful of moments from this game where I look at that were positives. I thought the Cortland Sutton touchdown was great. I thought the pick was just underthrown. It's a ball that he should hit. He just didn't put enough juice on it. That was a bummer. But then after the interception, the one thing about Bo that I always say and I love, he never lets the bad moments take over the moment.
For sure.
He will continue to push forward and continue to try and put his team in position to win.
Especially when you're a quarterback, too.
100%. And that's what I want from him. But I agree with you. The offense was sloppy. But again, great pass to Sutton. Great pass to RJ Harvey. Great 2-point conversion. Putting the ball in only a spot where Troy Franklin can get it. And then on that last drive, 3 plays. And we're in field goal range. And I thought that was great job by Bo Nix. Great job by Sean Payton as well. The second design run for Bo Nix. It's a strong trade of Bo's. Get him out, moving with the ball. He's athletic.
Yes,
let him use his legs. And we saw that on his last drive. But I don't disagree too much. But against the best defense in the league, in a moment where you needed to have it against, one of the best defense in the league in the Houston Texans, he was able to get it done again. This is against the Texans. This is against the Eagles. 2 of the best defenses. He was able to be clutch and overcome in those moments. But again, it does not trump the whole game because as a whole, I agree. Offense was sloppy. But I do think 10's a little disrespectful considering with Surtain, we're the best defense.
Yeah.
I question Not the Broncos defense. I think it's fine. Even though in this game with CJ Stroud in it, they were able to move the ball. And I think the defensive line has slowed up a little bit. They didn't look as dominant against Houston.
Zach was a dog yesterday.
And he almost got hurt. And
he got an elbow on a chip from the running back.
But I thought they looked much more dominant either way. You know, the Texans couldn't do anything. It was kind of much of what I expected. The Texans offense is just that type of offense. But there's really only been one team in the Broncos last 2 seasons since they've become an elite defense where they shut down the offense. And that was the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys is the only top-end offense that the Denver Broncos defense has shut down. And we see Monday Night Football, the Arizona Cardinals defense is also shutting down that offense. So how are the Broncos going to look against Buffalo, against Kansas City, against Baltimore?
What about the Eagles?
The Eagles, they're not a good offense. Especially at the time that they played, they're not a good offense.
Getting better.
Interesting.
They were getting better, but they at the time they could not run the ball. They really could not pass the ball at all.
Bro.
You know, it was a bad offense. So I'm not gonna look at that game and say they shut down an elite offense. The Eagles weren't an elite offense at that time.
Eagles are more like just elite talent.
What about
the Giants defense shut down that offense.
What about the Chargers?
You didn't shut down the Chargers.
I mean, we did for 3 quarters. In your logic, 3 quarters triumphs more than just one.
Well, listen, the Broncos defense is more than good enough. I don't think there's really going to be any defense in football that's shutting down these top teams. It's just how difficult can you make it.
But for me, I kind of have viewed the Broncos over the last 2 seasons, and against those top-end offenses, it really hasn't felt like there was much resistance. Like the Chargers game, yes, because Joe Alt did play, sorry. But their offensive line is obliterated there. Like any team is getting pressure on the Chargers. The Dolphins defensive line looked good against the Chargers.
Jesus, the Titans defensive line yesterday.
That was with no Joe Alt. With Joe Alt, prior weeks 1 through 3, with Joe Alt, the offensive line looked salvageable. It's once Joe Alt went down that it was a whoever offense, which is unfortunate.
Joe Alt raises the floor. Herbert's pressure rate with Joe Alt still has been like 40%. Like the entire offensive line has been bad, but even then, I don't consider the Chargers an elite level offense. I don't. They've been better in years past, but to me, I don't still consider them that. What Dell said is pretty factual. I mean, it's really about the offense though. Like the defense, I think has a high floor. That the offense was better than we're talking about a legit contender. I had them at number 10 too, and it's because the Broncos offense is like 26 in success rate. Bo Nix is 31st in success rate. His QBR ranks like 17th, and right now, through 9 weeks, they've played the 21st ranked defense on average. When you accumulate all of the teams and defenses they've played, that's the average, the 21st ranked defense. And 21st, and these are the offensive results that we've gotten. So how is that going to look against better defensive competition on a week-to-week basis? You can say, well, they came back against the Giants and it came back against the Eagles and it had a game-winning drive against the Houston Texans. And it's very convenient to overlook all of the bad offensive football play and just point to that. But in these games late in the year, if they don't have one of those miracle fourth quarters, after those games, we're going to be saying exactly what we've been saying. They really haven't looked good outside of spurts and moments. So if it becomes more consistent, then they will become a contending team. But right now, I have them at 10 because of their floor. But the offense is something that is very worrisome.
I think it's just hard to replicate it. I think it's just like, it's a skill to have these fourth quarter comebacks, fourth quarter drives. Of course, we talked about the Chiefs and Mahomes a ton last year. But it's just hard to... You're going into each week and it's like, shit, man, the offense really might not do anything for like 50 of the 60 minutes. And we got to hope in the last 10 minutes we can make some shit happen. I saw one stat after the game that half of Bo Nix's passes, I think it was like 18 out of his 37 passes, either went behind the line of scrimmage or 20 plus yards down the field. It's kind of that middle of the field right now that isn't being utilized as much as you probably like.
We love screens. They're not overly successful. We take deep shots constantly because we're
Bo
like,
Nix is number 1 in terms of 20 plus yard attempts. He's about middle of the pack in terms of adjusting.
Because again, we're an offense that tries to beat you behind the line of scrimmage and try and manipulate that and then take the deep shot because you're playing us so close to the line of scrimmage. Just play normal.
It's a gimmicky offense.
It is way too much. Just run a regular offense.